Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm taking a look at the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Comic-Con exclusives, Kylo Ren Unmasked and Jyn Erso from Rogue One. No packaging for these. Like I said, I had to stuff all these into a backpack to get them home on the plane. And right off the bat you can tell that, oh man, they're still having kind of a problem with the sizing of their female figures. The size of Kylo's head compared to Jyn's is just not in day. Looking at it like this, I know Kylo is kind of a big figure, but this makes Jyn look like a 3 3/4 inch figure. Jyn standing about 5'5", a little bit under, seems about right. Kylo about 6 1/4, that seems right too, but there's something, I think it's just the head sizes. It just throws the scale off a little bit. I'm gonna look at Kylo first because we mostly have this figure already, but there are more changes than you would think. Most obvious of those changes is the Unmasked Head, and this is a pretty good sculpt. It comes down to, like most Black Series figures, the paint on the head. The face being just in plastic, it just makes it look flat, just kind of nothing there. In fact, in most of these pictures, it probably doesn't bring out a lot of the detail. But I feel like with a good paint job on this head, it would be awesome. Everything's there, especially the hair. I think that was the hardest to get. Hasbro does a good job of capturing that, I think. The other obvious change is the lightsaber. Made it more movie accurate. As you can see from the first one, it had some kind of energy buzz coming up and over the hilt. In the new one, it looks more like the movie. It's 3 separate blades. It's a good sculpt, really. I mean, it's comparable to the import lightsabers that we've seen. And then comparing the new Kylo to the original first release Kylo, this is the one with the longer robe, the not so detailed scarf. It doesn't have the little bumps and details on it. You can tell that the new Kylo uses a bunch of parts from the later release, where they fixed the robe length. They added the detail, but they also changed the belt for the new one. Kylo comes with an unignited lightsaber too. It's got the paint details like from the second release, but there's a peg added. Not added, but more extended, because as you can see, it's on the original lightsaber. It's just made a little bit bigger. And then on the belt, they've added a slot back here, so you can hang the lightsaber hilt from his belt. It's a little bit tight, but it goes in there. It stays on. He comes with a masked head. The unmasked head just pops off. This pops on. It just ends up looking like the retail release. And then probably my favorite, even though I have a little problem with it, is the Chard melted Darth Vader mask. Like I said before, the Mafex looks a little gummy. This looks really super detailed. I mean, it's actually really nice. It kind of has a silver dry brush over it to bring out the details and such. But when looking at it, it almost feels like it's egg-headed. I haven't studied in detail the actual prop from the movie, but it looks like the head's kind of extended up here, giving him kind of a cone head look. But laying down, looking at it, I think it was like this. It looks fine. And really, the detail in here is just fantastic. And then finally, he comes with a stand. It's just a flag on a post that goes into a base. It's okay. I'm not a base kind of guy, especially something like this. But again, it's a nice little addition to the con exclusive. Articulation is all the same as the Kylos we have, except for this one. My ankles are a little bit loose. Every time I go to stand it up, he wants to fall over. Now for Jyn, she is a new character. We're kind of in that same spot we were in a year ago, where we're getting figures of characters we don't know yet. So we don't know how much we like them, how much we care for them, how much they're even in the movie. But this being the main character of Rogue One, she seems like an awesome character, and she's going to be in the movie quite a bit. So there's no risk of that. No Zuvios. But here, the sculpt's nice, the wrinkles are there, a bunch of little details, and the paint on it is actually nice until you get to the head. But on the body, it's got some browns, greens, blacks, some shading, even a little bit of yellow, and some little detail work that's actually quite surprising. Here, the face, the color here seems a little bit softer than the usual skin tone plastic. I don't know if something else was done or if this is a different kind of plastic. Everything's painted nicely for what it's there, but it's just basic. Again, not a lot of detail to the face. It doesn't pop, I guess I'm trying to say. For articulation, the neck is weird. It's just a swivel on top of a hinge. And it hinges pretty good up and down, and then it swivels, but there is no tilt whatsoever. So if you go to look to the side, she ends up getting kicked like this, and you can't straighten it out unless she looks up or down. Not very dynamic there. There's no ball up in there, and at this point, all heads should be on balls. That sounds funky, but that's true. Hinge and swivel at the shoulders, it comes up that far, swivels around. Hinge and swivel at the elbow, gets up to about 90, and then there's a swivel there. Hinge and swivel at the wrist, swivel, and then this hand hinges up and down. This hand hinges side to side. There's a ball joint in the torso, right about the rib cage, so get a good range of movement there. Hinge and swivel at the legs. It swings out about that far, and then forward, back. The holster kind of gets in the way on the right side, but not too bad. There's a swivel at the thigh. Double knees. Now the knees here are a little bit gummy. Swivel at the boot. There's a hinge at the ankle. It goes forward, it goes back, and then there's forward-facing peg for a rocker. Now Jyn does come with a blaster. It's nice looking. It has some silver paint on it. It's cast in black. Good detail. It's something we haven't seen before, and it's kind of small, so it fits her hand, and she looks good holding it. It's kind of a gunslinger kind of look. And if you don't want her holding the gun, the holster works really well. It goes in there, and then it pegs right here. And then for her last accessory, she comes with this hooded scarf. But once you get it over her head, you gotta kind of force it past the face and then put her chin through. Her chin kind of locks this thing into place. Again, this looks good. If you want to display her like this, there's no problem whatsoever. And once you get this on here and it's under her chin, oh man, this thing is a pain in the ass to get off. It's got to slide it up and around. It's probably better there wasn't face paint, because this would just rip it off completely. And now her nose is stuck. It's pissing me off. But yeah, you got to fight it. So at the end of the day, not bad purchases. And like I said, these will be available at retail later. So there's no reason to be tripping over yourself to try to grab these on eBay or anything like that. Do not overpay for these. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me within a couple of weeks that any of the custom cast guys online will have casts of this Kylo Ren head. But I'm really happy with the Kylo Ren. I've been waiting forever for an Unmasked Kylo, waiting for the Mafex, but at this point, unless Boba Fett just blows me away, I don't know how many more Mafex I'm going to be buying, especially when I can just repaint this head and have an Unmasked Kylo. That really was the only reason I was buying the Mafex in the first place. The Darth Vader head's better. The Kylo head is just as good with a new paint job on it. And then the Jyn, I don't have a lot of investment yet. But by the time the movie comes out, if it's good, if I like it, I may like her better. But I can't wait for more Rogue One figures. There's other characters that I do like the look of. So get ready for fall, because it's just going to be an avalanche of new figures coming from every direction. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. This is the Kylo Ren from Force Friday. I picked it up first day. This is the one I picked up this weekend. You can tell a difference in the lengths of their robes. This one goes down and just rolls away from him. This one, it goes to the floor. That's it. It's the length down to his feet.